Hello again, it's Lock Noob, and in one of my most recent videos you might have seen this ABUS 78KC50, and this is one of those strange locks where it's quite clear you can get hold of and buy a master key for any of these locks. The locks don't come with the key, you buy them separately, and you buy from all sorts of vendors that aren't specialist locksmith places, and that's really curious. But then I thought to myself, well, okay, so already you've got a bit of a security flaw there. What could make that worse? Well, the answer is, if you look on a lot of those sites, they actually show a picture of the key. That's right, they show a picture of the key. Now, I actually have an ABUS blank. What could I do with an ABUS blank and a picture of the key? Well, what about I print off the picture of the key to scale, because I can always measure the distance between the shoulder of my blank and the tip and scale this picture accordingly. There we go. So what do I do then? Well, how about I cut it out and literally stick it onto the key. Okay, back in a second. Okay, so there we go. I've literally cut out the picture and I have stuck it to the reverse side of the key. You see that the shoulder near the bow lines up perfectly, and it looks like I just have to file that key down. In fact, I might just get a Dremel tool out and grind it down. It doesn't look like I need to take off that much metal, and then we'll come back and see how it works. In fact, what I could do is I could even line this key up over the picture and show you that I think I've captured the bitting pretty well, all things considered. Maybe a little bit of a... no, I reckon, as long as I take my time, I reckon that might work. Crazy if it did, right? And we are... well, we're back. I actually use hand files, you can probably tell. And I just use a flat file for this one and this one. Probably could take a bit more off actually, looking at this under the camera. Maybe it gets away with it. And so round files for the deep ones, just so that we didn't get any canyoning. And let's get the other key, let's line it up and have a look. So, you know, they're not going to be identical, but will they be identical enough? Well, as ever, there's only one way to find out, and that's to try it in the lock. So, gently remove that. Okay. Maybe this key is a little bit too wide. Let's have a look. It wasn't quite the right key blank, so let's have a tiny look. Yeah, tiny bit too wide. So I'm just going to get the file on that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are back with the key, and let's compare it to the picture. So this was originally glued onto this side here, and I cut the notches out. So let's line it up as if you're looking at the key blank itself. There we go, and you'll see that move it up so the shoulder meets the shoulder, and try and tidy it up for you. There you go. You'll see that that is pretty good. In terms of the thickness, well, this isn't the correct blank, but in a way, think about it. I was able to get a blank that was sort of good enough, and just by looking at the picture, and I could have inferred the thickness by actually looking at the keyway, does the key fit in? I was able to make a key. Also forgot that the ABUS key itself is thinned out a little bit as an undercut. And actually, if you look at the real key itself, it is. So I did just take a tiny bit off the bottom as per the picture, not the other key, because that would be cheating. And yeah, we've got a key cut from a picture. Interesting, but does it work? Well, of course I've tried it, and it is a tiny bit stiff. Probably because there's something, if you're not using exactly the right key blank, there's always some play in the key, and maybe that's a lesson to be learned. But it does turn, and the shackle does release. So what can we learn from this? Well, we can learn a couple of things. That whoever's supplying these master keys probably shouldn't be putting a picture out over the internet, although you can buy the key. It just seems a bit silly that somebody, if they got hold of a blank, could make one. The other thing is Abus aren't the only company out there who have pictures of keys on the internet. Now, Abus didn't put, I don't think at least, the picture of the keys for the master key on the internet, but other companies did. And there have been some notable examples of where companies have put an unsecured PDF of their company locks and matching keys out on the internet before, which is just crazy. So yeah, if you think that it's safe to take pictures of keys and put them on the internet, please think again. Yeah, sure, it's probably going to be a rare occasion where somebody would want to sort of make or impression a key from a picture, but it is possible. Alright, hope you found that interesting, and I will see you next time.